26th of August 2022. Shun Tak's profit down by half in H1. Shun Tak Holdings Limited, a Hong Kong-Macau conglomerate in sectors of transportation, property and hospitality, reported 229 million Hong Kong dollars in net profit attributable to owners in the first half of 2022, plunging by 51.3% from a year earlier. Shun Tak's profit in the property segment plunged by 33% year-on-year to 601 million Hong Kong dollars in the first half of this year, while its transportation division narrowed the loss from 137 million Hong Kong dollars in the first half of 2021 to 94 million Hong Kong dollars this year. The Hong Kong-listed firm, chaired by businesswoman Pansy Ho Chu King, said in its interim report published on Thursday. Its hospitality segment, on the other hand, widened the loss by nearly 9.6% year-on-year to 103 million Hong Kong dollars in the first half of 2022, the interim report said. The first half of 2022 saw a more devastating impact of COVID-19 on the regional economy, as there were months-long outbreaks of infections in some major cities in China, including Hong Kong, Macau, and Shanghai, leading to stricter pandemic control measures and even lockdowns in some areas, the firm said. Given the volatile pandemic situation, the prospect of border reopening and tourism recovery in the near future remains dim, it added in the report. Concerning its property portfolio in Macau, the firm said 98% of 620 flats in Nova Park and 87% of about 1,700 flats in Nova Grand were sold as of June 30, 2022. Both Nova Park and Nova Grand are high-end residential projects in central Taipei that have been completed in recent years and developed by Shun Tak. The shopping mall among the Nova developments in central Taipei that Shun Tak holds a 50% stake, Nova Mall, saw 89% of its space leased in the first half of 2022. While all anchor tenants have opened for business, the mall has yet to achieve full occupancy as planned due to pandemic control measures, the conglomerate said. In nearby Hankin, Shun Tak is developing the residential commercial project, Hankin Integrated Development, which features office and retail facilities, hotel space and residential units. According to the 2022 interim report, a total of 422 residential units of the development were sold as of June 2022, and the remaining 4 show flats are expected to be sold within this year. Office leasing has gained an encouraging momentum in Hankin, with growing interest from the professional services and consultancy sectors. The first office tenant took over their premises in April 2022, the group added, but it didn't mention exactly how much office space of the Hankin project was successfully leased in the first half of 2022. In regards to the shopping mall and the hotel facilities of Hankin Integrated Development, Shun Tak added, given the volatile pandemic situation, the division is reassessing the mall's opening date, while a 230-room Artisan Habitat hotel with invitingly large social areas is set to open by mid-2023. Quarantine Hotel Boost. Addressing its hospitality business, the conglomerate remarked, while the hospitality division registered a general recovery in 2021, the new wave of the pandemic in the first half of 2022 mostly reversed its growth. For instance, the leisure, MICE and catering businesses in Mandarin Oriental, Macau and the downtown of Macau Peninsula took the hard hit, while revenues from the spa sector recorded an uptick with an average increase in individual spending, Shun Tak said. Despite the difficulties encountered, quarantine-related policies for travelers and air crews still contributed to business growth for hotels, such as Hong Kong Sky City Marriott Hotel and Grand Kolawani Resort, it added. Grand Kolawani Resort, directly managed by Shun Tak's hotel management subsidiary Artisan Hospitality Group, has continued to serve as a medical quarantine hotel in Macau in tandem with the border control measures of the government. The average occupancy of Grand Kolawani Resort in the first half of 2022 stood at 82%, compared with the average occupancy of 37.6% of all hotel establishments in the city over the same time period. Besides Macau, Artisan Hospitality Group also manages hotels in Shanghai, Beijing and Hawaii at the moment, and it is seeing the launch of 5 new hotels in mainland China in late 2022, 4 of them located in Shanghai, to bring the number of hotel properties managed by the subsidiary to 13 by end 2022, the interim report said. The hotel management arm will also see new hotels in Tianjin, Hankin and Singapore beyond 2022, it added. Shun Tak also runs the ferry service, Turbojet, between Macau and Hong Kong, and the cross-boundary land transport service in the region. For instance, it is one of the approved shuttle bus service providers for the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge. Talking about the transportation business, the conglomerate said in the 2022 interim report that it has implemented a series of initiatives aimed at reducing operating costs and conserving liquidity over the suspension of Macau-Hong Kong ferry service since early 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The measure succeeded in cutting the running costs by 40% in the first half of 2022, following earlier reductions of 54% and 58% in 2021 and 2020 respectively, the company added. Thank you for listening. This news is brought to you by mpluslivetv and Macau News Agency. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook.